with managers and stuff where basically there was an opportunity for us to meet them and like them go on stage and like announce us, and we would like hang out with them and shit because of the Big Dirty. And then last minute, that band Cheetos fucking stole it from us, like the idea from us, and fucking did it. And yeah, it was like the worst thing. It was just like, dude, fuck so that band and fuck, you know what I mean? Like there's no reference between that band and them, and like that was something that we'd been banking on. I don't think I've watched the show since that happened either. Like I've been totally like, fuck.
Kind of ruined it for you?
Yeah. And the worst part is like they videotaped it for their DVD, and they used our DVD dude for it. And he like called us and was like, dude, I hope you guys don't hate us, blah, blah, blah. But he's got 2 kids, and it's just like, dude, you're getting work. Like, you know, you can't hate over that, but everyone else involved can fuck off. Because it was literally like, fuck. Like, you know, like our manager was like, oh man, I got these dudes to do it. And like a guy that he works with stole the idea and used it for Cheetos.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, there's something so, like, Trailer Park Boys represent, I guess, the underground culture of Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, as the title of your album, The Big Dirty, it's definitely a props to them.
Yeah,
and so it's just stupid if there's no reference whatsoever or meaning behind it.
At all. Like, I don't think they even seen an episode of it. It had to be before they had known that these guys were going to do it. It's like,
it sucks.
Whatever. Disheartening, dude. It's just like, fuck. Let down and like, goddamn. And then Doug, like our DVD dude, like who's all over anything that has to do with ETID, like you see like visual wise, it's him. And like he was so bummed. He was like he's like one of my best friends, and he just called me. He's like, dude, before you hear about this, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. He was the one that told me, like, had to break it to me, and then I like called our manager, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, it's the first time I'd ever yelled at our manager. Like, really? Actually had like a yell at our manager, and it was like, I felt like shit over it because he's such a nice dude, but it was like, come on, man. Like, you couldn't tell that dude, like, fuck off, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. So it was like, it felt like he wasn't defending us. You know what I mean? And it was like, that's kind of his job to do, is to defend us. But whatever. It was a weird thing, and it's in the past, so whatever.
For sure. But hopefully one day you can go through.
It'd be awesome, man, to meet those dudes. But you know, like I said, man, I'm so bummed out over the whole situation that it'll take a while for me to watch.
Because I heard how chill they are. Because like a couple of my friends are actually from Nova Scotia where they shoot the show.
Yeah.
And one worked at a McDonald's, and every single day before they went shooting, a couple of the 2 guys, Ricky and Julian, with the actors would show up and go to McDonald's and grab like Egg McMuffins and coffees and stuff before they go.
That's so good.
I know. And
that's so good.
I know, and it's great because I guess what they represent is an underground culture of that describes, I guess, humility and sincerity and just loyalty. Yeah. Which is
the cool part is they all do it. Like, it's not like something where those dudes, like, they're all guys that work on the set. You know what I mean? Like, that's the cool part, is like that was something that was built from the ground, and they did it themselves, and it just took off up here. And if it would have went to the States, it would have took off in the States for sure. But the only people that know are like people that live close to Canada that can get, you know, what is it, CVTV or CTV?
I think it's like on Showcase now.
Yeah, on Showcase here. And us, like, it, you know, you can buy the DVDs at places in the States. So like that's how we got it. Like I watched a couple episodes, and Doug, the guy that I was talking about, he's the guy that turned me on to it. And then I went out and bought the DVDs, and then it kind of like caught on with wildfire, like, to all of us. It was on, I think there was like 4 or 5 tours in a row where it was just on the, like, you know, when we toured in a bus, it was just on the all the time.
Hysterical.
Like, you'd walk on and, like, you know, bubbles would be on. And,
That's incredible.
It was cool.
I actually want to talk a little bit about Doug because I think because you said he did all the DVD stuff, that sort of thing. So I remember watching, I think it was the Do's and Don'ts of recording, or it was something along those lines, and it was you, and you had eaten, I think it was
with 9 tacos.
9 tacos. And with hot sauce on it. And I remember right after I saw that, I jumped on my bike, biked over to Taco Bell, grabbed 9 tacos, and did it. And it was delicious.
That's awesome. Dude, the weird part is, like, people will come up to me like, oh my god, dude, you ate. I ate them all in one bite. Like, I put them all in my mouth in one bite. And I guess that's like the gnarliest thing about it, but it really wasn't that gnarly. Like 9 tacos really isn't that much. But people come up and be like, "Do you eat 9 fucking tacos?" And I'm just like, dude, if I had 9 tacos in front of me and told you to eat them, you could do it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Like, it's not that much food. Tacos are fucking little, man. They're like, you know, like that big. So you can just down the candy. Yeah. So, yeah, there was some dude that challenged me to like a taco eating contest, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I'll eat like 15." And since the recording of Dudes and Don'ts, I did 15 tacos just to see if I could do it. And I still could have kept going, so I told the guy to bring me 30. I'm like, bring me 30, I'll do 30. And the worst part is since then, I've become vegetarian, so.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so I'd have to deal with beans, and that could just get
really, that could get messy.
That could get bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I remember even watching in an interview, you said you'd eaten 80 McNuggets in one sitting or something like that.
Yeah, well, that was in a day. I ate 80 McNuggets in a day. It was fucking terrible. But awesome at the same time because I love nuggets. But I'm trying to think of how I ate them. Because it was getting to the point where it was the only place that was open. I got a day off in Wales or something like that. And the only place open was a Subway. And I was like, well, fuck it. I went there and I got 40 nuggets. Like right off the bat, ate 40 nuggets. Like there. And I was like, all right. And I went back like, a couple hours later and I got 40 more nuggets. And I ate 20 of them and then left the other 20 for like back. And then I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to get a vegetarian sub from Subway, come back and make a chicken nugget sub. So then I ate the other one as a chicken nugget sub. So that's all.
That's incredible.
80 nuggets got down in one day.
And so it sounds like you really enjoy food possibly as much as I do.
Yeah.
And so where did the point in where you decided to become a vegetarian?
It basically, I read a bunch of shit online, and I know that's not like the best place to find resources, but I read a bunch of shit online about how much cholesterol there is in like meat compared to like the 40s and the 50s and stuff like that, just because of all the shit they're pumping into it, and it's terrible. So like that kind of scared the shit out of me. And then I read some stuff about mad cow disease and how it lays dormant in human beings for up to 8 years and stuff like that. And basically, there's a theory out there that says the world's going to end because of that. That's how the world's going to end. Seriously? Is because of all the shit you're putting in your body. Yeah. And it lays dormant for years, and then boom, suddenly, like, it's crazy, man, because through the years, there's all this research about how in the 40s and 50s, like, people just, it wasn't like a common thing for someone to have anxiety. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, oh, okay, like, oh, I had an aunt that has anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, that was basically it. And then nowadays, it's so common. Like, everyone has a fucking problem. And they're kind of, like, basically saying that because of all the shit that we're putting into, like, animals and then putting into us, it's fucking with our heads and it's fucking with blood. You know, there's, like, how many stomach problems are there now? There's, like, IBS and there's all this shit that's just fucking with bodies. And, like, people back then didn't have those problems. There weren't problems then, like, people would have cancer and stuff like that, like the usual big ones, but like as a whole, there weren't the tiny problems that build up to like big problems. So like, it basically just all scared the shit out of me. And the worst part about it is they said in that thing that even because so much food, like so many vegetables and stuff like that are touched by those like contaminated animals, that even vegetarians are fucked. So like, if I could slow down the process any, I'm gonna do it. And I guess I'm pescatarian because I'll still eat fish. Basically, anything that is like cattled, I won't eat.
Well, makes
like,
sense.
Fish aren't cattled. Like people still go out and get fish in like a huge ocean and bring it in. You know what I mean? So
I know actually there's a fish farm in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And
but I mean that's the thing. Like there's no way to like. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way to like really like regulate it, but like I have to have some sort of
protein at least. Yeah.
I mean you can't keep eating like chemicals and stuff like that. But it just it scared the shit out of me. And the big thing was beef at first, and like I was just like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna stop eating red meat. And I was like, that's such a fucking cop out. I hate when people fucking say that shit. So
they go halfway, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I don't eat red meat. It's like, okay, you're a pussy. All right, so I was just like, whatever. If I'm gonna go pussy, I might as well just go full on. So that was basically it. Stop eating meat altogether.
Because I remember myself, I was a vegetarian for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then this guy over here who's doing the camera for me, we were going dropping off at work, and we stopped by to get dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to get a shawarma.